past him with the big gloves. It's 33 this morning. Very damp. Come on. Feels very damp. But I don't think our high is very high today. I don't know. Maybe 40 might be our high today. Okay, come on, let's go. But I don't think we're forecast for any kind of moisture for days. Hold on. Just hold on. Okay. Come on. It's the sound of an animal. It seems like I should know what it is, but I don't. Come on. Bravo, come on, let's go. Come on. Hey, no. What's that? We had a pretty quiet day yesterday. And I continued my New Year's celebration. But yeah, I think I'm done with that because I was just wiped out by the end of the day, and it's not like there's any kind of health benefit associated with imbibing. So, yeah, we need to leave that in last year. I did see a funny meme, though. I'm sure most folks have seen it by now. It said, make sure you poop before midnight so you don't carry any of the from 2023 into the new year. I thought that was great. I guess it is pretty cool on my face. I'm glad there's no breeze. We had a breeze yesterday. It was really cold. But I have my heavier gloves on, and because I didn't yesterday, we ended up having to cut our walk short because my fingers just started hurting. I was watching a neat documentary this morning. It was on, and I've heard it more than once. Svolbard? B-A-R? I don't, Volgard? I don't remember which one it is. Anyway, it's Norwegian, northern, it's, my goodness, you gotta feel better, Bravo. Okay, over here, hey, over here. Anyway, it is one of the northernmost human settlements. And there were people that, okay, let's see. It was really neat seeing the stories about why people had gone there, because they were bringing up that there's no visa requirements for this area. And so there's people from all over the world. That particular town, I think the population's 2,000-3,000, maybe less, something like that. Anyway, let's see, a gentleman from the Philippines. And then there was a young, very pregnant doctor. She was from Belgium. Her partner, he was French. He was from France. And then there was a German guy, his brother and his sister-in-law. Now, I think his brother and his sister-in-law were visiting. I'm not sure. But anyway, and they had a... Okay, come on. Hurry up. Okay, come on. I bet you got some of those thornies on the underside of your coat. Anyway, the German guy, he was a teacher in Germany. And 10 years ago, it was hilarious because it totally reminded me of something that happened to me years ago. But anyway, he had just been presented with a lifetime teaching position. And he left. He left everything, moved to this town, and started became a guide out on the, what's it called, ice sheet? Anyway. And then COVID hit. And one thing that was really unfortunate, because the town does rely a lot on tourism, and one thing that was really, I would think it would have hurt relations very long term. I mean, I hope not, but that they claim to be a all nations town. I mean, that's like their appeal, their identity is that everybody's equal in this town. Unless there's a worldwide marketing crisis called a pandemic. And businesses that relied on tourism, they were some of the subsidized industries during the pandemic for Norway, but only for Norwegians. So yeah, that would have been rough. And he did mention that. He's like, it's kind of hard when the guy next door is in the exact same industry as you, doing the same thing you're doing, and then he gets $100,000 to carry him through the rough time, and you're borrowing and begging and. But anyway. But it was pretty interesting. One thing I thought was interesting, because I've heard many people, hold on. Okay. Okay, now don't slow down now this time. Anywhere near a pole, I've heard people talk about it, that the days of night or the days of day, months of no daylight and months of no darkness. What I've always heard people talk about are the weeks or months without daylight, and how it causes depression, and they get, and all this. But I was glad to hear one person. It was the young doctor. She was the one who mentioned it, that what's hard for her isn't the months of darkness, but the months of daylight. And I could identify with that. I can see where that would really be hard. I live in artificial light so much anyway that. Hold on. Over here, having to simulate nighttime. I mean, I know how to do it because I've been doing it for a long time, but different facilities, I can see where that would really be. That would be a challenge. But I think that's the first time I've ever heard anybody mention the endless days being difficult for them. I know you missed a sniff. And then late last night, Bravo he got sick. Happens, but not a lot. And anyway, seems to be all better this morning, but I knew he didn't feel good. He laid across my chest after I'd laid down. He laid across my chest. And he doesn't do that very often, so he wasn't feeling good. He would have a tremor every now and then. So. Yeah, he was in a bad spot last night. And I'm on the cuff of the first sleeve of the yoke sweater. This will be the third yoke sweater for Wool Egg. And I worked up the size right because it's going to be, come on, right in between the sizes of the other two. And today I think I'm going to try on that extra small because I think it might fit me. And with all of these sweaters that I'm making, I don't have a sweater for me made out of this yarn. It's the Ella Rae Classic Wool. And yeah, I want to do that. Because in holding them and making them and everything, it's like, man, that is really warm. And let's see, I'm doing the stockinette on size 7, US 7 needles. And it's making a nice dense, even though it's single, it's not, stranded double thickness like the yoke and stuff. It's still a nice, snuggly sweater. As it should be for kids that are in bad circumstances and cold places. And over the years, I've tried to do a number of different things locally. And I like to think that some of them have, been helpful, but it's never made such a difference that, that I could get authorities to participate regularly. Whether it was CPS, Child Protective Services, because anyway, had given a couple of blankets, crocheted blankets, and pillows, crocheted pillows you can snuggle, and as well as for the police departments that sometimes have to go in and get them out for them to have something to give to them. But anyway, to the senior home, and I guess it was 2, 3, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 3. Anyway, for Christmas I wanted to give pocketed scarves, the scarves that have pockets at the end of them, for all of the residents of our nursing home here. And a whole bunch of people said they would, and a whole bunch of people didn't. And then there was two people that after I finally sent out a plea of, I'm doing all I can, I really need some help. A couple of people really came through and did what they could over the last couple of weeks or so before Christmas. And I was like, yeah, well, wipe your feet. So anyway, insofar as doing something local and why I'm doing something like this organization, I see there's a online accountability, it looks like, through Ravelry. We'll see. And the idea that it's not for any particular region, not because of any particular crisis, it's worldwide. Come on. Come on. And I believe it, like their mission statement is something like, wherever it's going on right now, where children need, we got some feed corn out here, where children need warm clothes. Nope. Okay, sniff away. These gloves do make a difference. My fingers are still cold though, brother. Need to hurry up. But I think after I get this sweater blocked, that'll be 3 sweaters. I'll go ahead and send those. And that'll be enough to make a sizable package. Or I may just pile on skeins, do the shipping, check the shipping. Because shipping is, whether you're buying shipping to ship something out or purchasing goods, I'm going to make sure that before I get to that break point on the shipping cost, to the next break point, that I've gotten as many goods for the new, for the amount of shipping as I can. Like if I'm ordering soap, then I will, or if I'm not ordering soap, I'll add soap, or I'll add a pound of fragrant herbs or whatever. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Without an increase in the shipping, but well, that way it lowers the cost, the overall cost of all of the items in the shipment, if I ship as much as I can before it jumps up again on the shipping cost. So anyway, I hadn't thought about that, but that's probably what I'll do with shipping things to Wool Aid, which I believe goes to Illinois. Come on. And anyway, and then weigh it, check the rate, and then just start adding ounces until I get to the next break point. And if that means I need to make another sweater before I ship, or more hats, or whatever, I'll do that. We'll try to do what makes sense, Bravo. Come on. There's the good feeling color, baby. I'm so glad she's all better. Okay. Yep. Check where we've been.